What's the other thing? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's this? What's this? I need to check these emissions. Let me start over. What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwan. I'm here today in Kithack Model Club, the game I've found myself spending way too much time in and enjoying modding the heck out of it. The lands you're looking at is called Kithara Desert, so I I modded this into the game. This is my own little world here. It has a lot of stuff in there, but we're not going over that right now. No, 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 no. What we're going over today is how to make a car in Kitara. It sounds super easy because it is. Now, a few things I've learned in some of my vehicles, we'll go ahead and show you one of my vehicles here. This one's actually shared out. So, you know what? Let's go ahead with this one. Let's go ahead with the Snow Leopard. And this is my little vehicle. You know what? Let's give you guys a good look at this thing. So, this is the inside view. If you are sitting in this thing, you are literally driving in a death trap with the fuel tanks on either side of you and also an engine right behind you. So you're like driving a Fiero, basically. That's just what I was trying to make when I made this, and it ended up not coming out right, but I love it, the look of it anyway. So this is the JDSA Snow Leopard in all of its freaking beautiful glory. And yes, I do see the steering wheel's offset. Yes, I will go ahead and fix that now. There you go. And yes, the steering wheel actually does move. So there you go. That's pretty cool, huh? All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's take this thing out for a run and show you guys. So my first designs, when I was designing some of these, I kept doing things wrong. I was using wings, and wings seem to get you in a lot worse place when you're doing this. I say that because let's go ahead and test out the top speed of this vehicle. So Snow Leopard is no slouch. It is pretty fast with that big old engine in there, and it can just really accelerate fantastically. Great handles on it. Not as great as some of my other vehicles, but it's got just a fantastic top speed. And you see here, we are cruising past 300 kilometers per hour and just ongoing. I like driving this on Kithara because Kithara has this seabed, this a dried lake bed. Oh, I say that as I run into a hill. I went the wrong way. But this one has enough handles to be able to recover from that. I went too far because if you go too far, you get into the hills. And that's exactly what I did just there. Bigger designs that actually seems to work really well. Not as fast because it's really big. And this is one I've been toying with right now. This is Desert Reaver 2. 2 only because Desert Reaver 1 is unpainted. It was a test that was running. So the insides of this one, it's got 6 tanks. So it is a lot slower because it has a lot more fuel. And the engine sits right on your crotch. So if you're doing that, you're going to make sure you're driving in the winter. But hey, got a free crotch warmer. Let's go. All right, so it's loaded up. Engine auto start. I like this one because it looks just beastly. And here you go. We can actually jump in the cockpit of this one. It looks good, except for it goes right through your abdomen. Don't worry about that. You're still alive. You're still driving. You still have your bobbly head. When I said it does not top out as fast because it is a lot heavier of a craft, but it makes it a lot more stable. So I'm able to go at these hills and not worry so much about them because this craft can flip over. And it does some interesting things when it flips over. It just flips over, goes back on its wheels, and it keeps going. Here you go. Look at that airtime. Got some airtime. And it stays stable the whole time, which is absolutely beautiful. I love that. It was based on an F1 design, but I kind of merged F1 with a bit of Lamborghini and lack of creativity. So So let's go on back and show you how we're doing this. So as I said before, don't use the wings so much. You only need one wing on the back. I usually go with either the chassis X or the chassis I, because they give you they're plenty big enough, especially with the bigger craft that I'm building now, and it allows me to go ahead and max all this out and have plenty of space. I'm gonna go with X once again because I really enjoy X. So here's our giant craft. If you want to build a smaller one, go for it. One thing I wished on the last one was that I actually made it a little smaller in length. So I'll do that on this one. So next thing I like to do is place my engine. I like to throw my engine in the front. You can balance your craft out a lot better if you center it a bit better, but then you have to do stuff for the front to be weighed down in case you hit a jump. And if you hit a jump, you'll want your front to come down ASAP. So I like to do it like this. And then I'll use my fuel to kind of balance things out. You could put it here if that suits your needs better. I'm not going to put it like this. I'm gonna put a little gap in here because I like to see my transmission, which is a lot of fun to build. So next thing we need to do is go ahead and worry about this differential. So we're gonna have all-wheel drive. So what I need to do is come in the back here. We need to have this one facing forward. And now we need to put a quad in here so we can split this out. All right, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and grab our flexor joint, CV joint. Get that, put it there. And now I can get another one here. Snap it all the way to the back here. And there you go. There's my little gap for my transmission. Now, there's been a few times I've done some variants of this. Like if you want to go with 2 engines, you can get pretty good speed with 2 engines. So let me show you that as well. You actually get a little bit more top end speed with using 2 of these because you get a bit more power going to the wheels. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll show you how you do your mapping for this. It's actually really easy. So now you have 2 that need to go into this. So what I'll do here, instead of a quad, this is my preferred method. I'll take a 3 and I'll offset it like this. And then I'll take another one. And this one is actually going to go to the wheels. So this goes to here, this goes to here, and I keep saying there. Oh, there we go. Okay. So these come to here, come to 1, goes to here, splits it out, and from here. From here, I should have used a 4. So now we can pass it through and go to our rear. So let's go ahead and get that done. And let's get the single done. And now we're kind of set up for our wheels. So let's go ahead and grab our multi-function hub. I like to use these on the front and back just for symmetry's sake. And I really like the suspension that it brings to it, so we're going to keep on with that. And if you want, you can lift your engine up some so you can snuggle this right on over to here. That way your weight's kind of coming down on those engines. And you can move this a little forward if you want. We're not going to tell anyone. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is grab some wheels, or actually, let's finish up our CVs before we go anywhere else. So let's go here to here, and let's go from here to here. Now everything should turn off. Good, fantastic. Okay, so just to make sure we don't get any flex, I'm gonna lower this down a bit here. So it's coming in contact. And now you don't need a battery. I like to throw a battery on here because I like to put lights. So you don't need an excessively heavy battery if you're just using it for lights. So there you go. I'm going to use 2 because they're a little offset. All right, there you go. Now you'll see my weight is mostly in the front here. That's not really an issue, I find. It handles just fine, and it keeps my craft going down in the front, so I keep my nose going down, and that seems to handle just fine. A few things we want to set up on here for this is we want to go to our hub. I set my stiffness all the way to the top on the front. You can also, if you would like, adjust your turn angle. It might help a bit on higher speeds. And back here, I tend to lower this to 0, so I get a bit more realistic handling. It's just my personal preference. You can leave it if you would like. Some cars have that, some don't. Mine does not, and I like to keep the stiffness here as well up to 100%, so that way when I'm hitting a jump, I'm not going to bottom out. I'm going to go to the wings now, and here we're actually going to grab a mod wing, and we're going to throw this in the back. It's going to be our spoiler. Do not use a control surface. They tend to re-engage. It's something that we know is an issue. So we've made them aware of this. It's in the list. So let's go ahead and there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and kill my horizontal taper so it's nice and balanced. That looks pretty good. Now we're almost ready for a test run. So let's go ahead and throw some wheels on here. I like these hot rod wheels. They look pretty dang snazzy. You can go ahead and increase the tire size. So that way, you know, you're not going to run into any issues with clearance. You could do the width so it looks a little cleaner. And then I like to then copy this. I don't do my hubs much anymore, but I'll copy the wheel front and back still. And because I like to have a little clearance with that, I'll move this back a little bit more. So that way it looks a little better. I like for it to look clean. There we go. I can deal with that. So let's take this out for a test run and see what we get. All right, let's go. All right, Control R to auto start your engines, and then C to come in close to view your vehicle. I like to make sure I'm going straight away so I don't hit the hills. And let's go, hit the speed. See how fast it goes. You see right now, I like the way those engines sound. We're closing in on 300. There's our 300 mark. And now it's going to be a lot slower creeping its way on up. But that's not too shabby for a base car. It doesn't have a lot going on for it. It's super stable. You take a look at the front, the wheels aren't, the camber is looking perfect front and back, so that's working for me just right. I love it. Love it. Love to see that. And if I overdrive the engine, not seeing anything, it's not going to give me much once again. But this is like peak performance going in on it right now. So we'll go ahead and reverse, make sure that I can brake properly. And there you go. There's your basic car. The rest is really just getting the body together. And I mean, you can make that as complex or simple as you want. I mean, I'd probably make this. I like trucks, so I'd probably make it a truck. Again, I don't use wings because I have a lot of trouble getting the wings to work on road vehicles and get optimum performance out of it. So what we'll do is this. We'll just come here, go like that. Bada bing, bada bam. Make a big ugly truck out of it. Use this F flat panel. I think it's still a bit heavy for what it is. It's the only one I saw in there that's 46G. The rest of these are like 3G, 10G, 9G, boom, 46G. Why is that 46G? I don't get it. I don't understand. It's the only one. But okay. I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. All right, and now we can actually take this, slide it back here, and work on this because it looks a little crazy. So that needs to be a little lower. This needs to come in some. And now let's slide all this in. And that's going to be one of the few times I'll use the wings as bodies. It's because I need this to actually lift the rear. Otherwise, it'll start angling so far down that it'll start scraping the ground, and that's not what you want. Okay. We're going to leave that just like it is for right now. We just have a few more body panels to add in. And for the most part, it's basically done. So first thing we'll do is take a nice little test run. Look at that rear. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And that's a good start to a truck. I wish my old truck would run like that. Of course it didn't. It just would eat gas and laugh at me. So I got rid of her. All right, so that's pretty nice. I like the speed. Speeds are looking pretty good. Cross 330. It looks like the weight of our panels has not caused us any real grief. 342, 343. So we're going to wait for it to top off here. Or if I hit the building, we'll see whichever one comes first. It looks like it's about topped up. 345. Alright, it looks like 345. We have 342, we have 346. We do not have 346. And it looks like I'm coming up to the bombing range, and I guess I will call it from here. 346, 345, I mean. Alright, so let's take this off, and let's get a wing in here. So this is what happens if you make this if you try to use this as the body. So we hit 345 last time. Make sure that's solidly connected, overwrite. Let's see how it affects our craft. Feels nice to hit Control RC every time. 300, 320. Very, very slowly picking up that last bit. Seems to have decreased our speed. We're at 328, 329. Come on, did we drop 10 kilometers per hour? I see the sign, so we're coming up on our end post here. It does not look like we're getting to 330. No, we are stopping at 329. So we lost 11 kilometers per hour. So without that panel completely, 300, 320, 330, 340, 44, 345. And this is like best case scenario for the terrain. So 346, I just want to see how well it does without that panel. Like how much does that panel take away from our speeds here? It looks like it only takes away 1 kilometer per hour as we cross our finish line here. But yeah, that's basically it. You just go ahead and start adding panels in from here, and there's a lot that you will, I mean, the designs that you can come up with here they're basically, I'm not gonna say infinite, but they are pretty high. If you are a modder and you're wondering about the tools, let me just tell you, the modding tools for this one are fantastic. I actually like it. It's a lot more streamlined than what we had in Kerbal Space Program, to be honest with you. So it's a lot of automation tools in there, a lot of modules. Everything's just ready to rock. I'm gonna leave this one at this because there's a lot that goes into this as far as design aspects, and that's good enough. Let me show you. Let me actually show you my other truck. That's not my fastest vehicle by far. My fastest vehicle by far is this really hideous looking truck that I have. Ridge Racer. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a terrible name. Why did I name it that? All right, so don't laugh. This thing looks horrible, but this thing is fantastic. It's very, very non-optimized, very ugly. But when you see this thing jet, man, let's go. Let's do this. Inside, you have these beautiful. This one engine, well, two engines, pumping this thing all the way. You see, right now we're already crossing 350, 360, 370. 390, 400. This is indeed my fastest one that I have yet. I believe this one actually reaches 420, which I found hilarious, so I just left it there. I didn't tweak it anymore, left it at 420. So, yes, this is the basics of building a vehicle, a car. It's really, really easy. Let me show you guys the around this place here a bit. See this map here? Yes, I'm still working on making this map look a little cleaner. But we have in here some stadiums where you can go in here and play different sorts of games of the like that I won't mention too much of, just in case. A bush! Go, 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 go! Go, go, yes, go. Go! Oh, yeah! Oh, yes, I can't wait till this is ready for multiplayer. So let's go to. We have some carriers. This is the Vulture Claw, and this is where you can launch your airplanes from. And direct competition with the Gila carrier. So yes, that's there's two Gila carriers in the map now. Over here, Pyramid Head Run, where you can actually do races with people with waypoints. A lot of fun. We do also have a place for quadcopter trials whenever we get quadcopters. There's the destroyed hallway, so you can do trench runs. I'm terrible at trench runs, but there you go. It's built up as a trench run. If you feel like you want to tackle something that's a good challenge for altitude, I have Olympus Mons. Yes, Olympus Mons is in Kithara. Don't ask me why or how. It is there, and it is a challenge to get up to the top. There is a second stadium, Even Stevens, looks the exact same as the other one. Don't hate me for that. And then over here, we actually have Cruise Lands, which originally was a separate map, which is why it looks so small. This is one of my first maps I ever built. And it is a nice little city for people to go and enjoy driving around. And then back here is the other everything else here. You're mainly airbase, and from here you can take flights over and do bombing runs. We're actually going to do a bombing run while I'm here real quick as a little extra. We'll do a little extra here for you guys. Where is my bomber? My bomber is Desert Ranger. Desert Ranger, Desert Ranger. Desert Ranger? Did I miss Desert Ranger? I might have missed Desert Ranger. Oh, nope. Desert Reaver 2. Desert JDSA. Ranger. Alright, I like this one because it actually has 2 bombs I built into it. So we're going to take it for a flight real quick. We're going to try a bombing run, and we're going to leave it at that. That'll be the end of video after the bombing run. Yeah, lift off, let's go! So bombing range is just over here. As you get closer, you'll see there's like a big target, and the goal is to strike the target. A lot of fun. I enjoy doing this way more than I should be admitting. As much as I like racing cars around the the ocean beds, it is still a heck of a lot of fun for me. So let's go and go. There's your warning right there saying, hey, this is a bombing range. Stay alive. All right, here we go. We're going to get up to get some speed, and we're going to come down and do a dive bomb. I'm pretty bad at this, so don't laugh at me. And go. Let's see if oh yeah, my bombs are still highly inaccurate. If you're wondering how I make those bombs are nothing more than rockets, and those rockets have a little bitty wings on them, and I can't seem to get them super accurate just yet in the game. I still try though. I still try. So here you go. Oh yes. So yeah, I will end on that. So do enjoy the map. It is out there on Steam right now. If you see a little blinking yellow light, just forgive me. I gotta figure out what that is, and I'll send an update out afterwards. And I hope this video helped you out build some vehicles. And if you have any questions, certainly catch me on Discord for Kithack Model Club, and I hope to catch you guys there. If you are a modder, then for the love of God, come on in, join the fun, join the fire and the fury, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. For now, it's your boy Jatwa, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, I love this airplane. It flies so well.